What's going on, my vegans and raw vegans and fruitarians? In this video, we're going to be going over my top 6 reasons for eating cooked foods despite eating 100% raw for 10 years. So I recently just did a 5-day water fast, and during that fast I was thinking like, wow, once I break this fast, I'm gonna like just bulk up and get to like 200 pounds, just eat a ton of cooked food. And then as I'm nearing the end of the fast, I'm like, that's probably a really bad idea. Going up to 200 pounds, eating a bunch of cooked food, that's probably really dumb. I like the way I look now. I like the way I look now, as being lean and light and, having muscle without being extra big. It's nice being small and lean, smaller and lean. And so my girlfriend's like, Ted, if you're going to continue to be small, like under 150 pounds, and not bulk up and be like a 200 pound, fat vegan with all these cooked food, why don't you just go back to being fruitarian, go back to being full fruitarian like I was last year? And instead of having a one-on-one discussion with her, I decided to make a video with you guys sharing my top 6 reasons for continuing to eat cooked food while my girlfriend eats for dinner in the background there. But you can't see her because she's off the camera. But in this video, let's go over them. Let's start with the first one. And by the way, the last reason is probably the best reason. It's probably the most important reason, so make sure to stick around for that one. It's the 6th reason. Don't miss that one. It's going to be thebomb.com, and you're probably going to really relate with it and realize, yes, that is the real reason that everyone should maybe potentially consider eating some cooked foods, even if they are fruitarian right now. Ooh, scary. So, first reason, straight up, I love convenience. And cooked food, for me, is way more convenient. And I want to, let's be clear on that. I want to say that sourcing out cooked food and stocking up on it is far more convenient. Eating raw vegan, when the food is right in front of you, is way more convenient. There's no dishes. You don't have to wait for it to cook, you don't have to wait for it to cool down, you just eat it. It's way more convenient when you have it. But sourcing it out in Canada, where it's like winter 10 months of the year, it's pretty inconvenient to be a fruitarian, for sure. Whereas cooked food, on the other hand, super convenient. Now in the summertime, that's another story. I'll do a whole nother video on that. But in the summertime, it's really easy to be fruitarian here. We got the best blueberries and peaches and plums and nectarines and cherries and really good fruit and melons all summer long. Super easy to be fruitarian here in the summer. But for the rest of the 10 months, it's not convenient. With cooked food, with quinoa and buckwheat and amaranth and millet and rice, I can stock up on them. I can buy 200 pounds of them, store them in my basement, and always have them throughout the whole year. It's awesome. And it's still important, of course, to have some fresh food in your life, which is why I have a Instacart account and get my groceries delivered, like fresh spinach and parsley and lettuce and greens and stuff like that. So fresh food's still coming in, fresh fruit still comes in, but I don't have to go out and like try and find the best stuff, because takes a lot of time, and I'd rather just be at home doing my thing, working, and having my food already here, easy to make, very convenient, like the quinoa and the buckwheat and the amaranth and stuff like that. So that's reason number 1, just the convenience factor as far as sourcing it out goes. Now, because I'm able to buy large quantities of the stuff, large quantities of quinoa, buckwheat, amaranth, things like this, I can get it at a discount. And so not only is it more convenient, but it's also cheaper, much cheaper. So per pound, or sorry, I should say not per pound, but per calorie, cooked food is just like, I don't know the exact math, but it's at least 3 to 5 times cheaper. I bought a tomato today at the farmer's market for $5. Nice heirloom tomato, delicious tomato. So I will still spend money on fruit, a lot of money on fruit. I buy like really, really good quality fruit. But I mean, I spent $5 on a tomato, and $5 with like the quinoa I'm getting, that's an entire day. It's like 3,000 calories of quinoa. It's insane. So $5 for tomato or $5 for a whole day's worth of quinoa. Well, the tomato obviously tastes better. Probably gonna feel better eating a tomato, but quinoa keeps you alive longer. So way more convenient and obviously way cheaper per calorie. So I do like that factor. Not that money's an issue, but I do like when things are cheaper than versus more expensive. So that is the second reason. It's just cheaper. The third reason for eating cooked food is the consistency factor. So with fruit, it really is hit and miss. You can have some amazing melons one day, go back to the store, and they're not there anymore. You have some amazing melons one day, go back to the store, get some more, and the same melons, same batch, but they're not as good. Or they're overripe. Or they're not quite ripe. You gotta wait for them to be ripe. So they're really inconsistent. You can't just reliably go into the store every day, 365, and have amazing fruit for you. And or like for me, that sucks. I really don't like that factor. I want to be able to go walk into a store and just have the reliability factor, the consistency factor. That walk in and be like, I know this is gonna be good. It's at least gonna be a 7 out of 10 good, 365 days of the year. It's really nice to have that sense of consistency and reliability with the food I'm eating. And I can only really get that if I'm eating some cooked foods. Again, fruit is, I do prefer eating fruit. I do like it better, I do feel better on it, but it's just not as consistent. So when it is good, it's like, oh, praise the Lord, it's here and it's good, it's amazing, let's load up on it, let's get it in. But cooked food, like if I was to say I'm not gonna eat cooked food anymore, I'd be giving up those first 3 benefits, and that last benefit of just having the consistency factor in my life, oh, I love that, and giving that up would really suck. So those are the first 3 reasons. They all start with a C. We got the convenience, we got the cheaper factor, and we got the consistency factor. Okay, now the next 3 reasons are a bit different. The fourth reason I like to be eating cooked foods is because it makes it so much easier to track the calories. With fruit, I never really know how many calories I'm eating, because some fruit's not very sweet, some fruit I eat like a little bit of it, but then some's like bruised or broken, I don't eat it, and some of it's like I'm weighing it, but do I weigh the peel as well? Is the peel a factor in this calorie math, or like what? Like it's a lot harder to measure the calories of raw food than it is with cooked food, because with cooked food, like you just take a cup of quinoa, and a cup of dry quinoa equates to like, what is it, like 625 calories or something. It's the same every time. But with like coconut water, you have a cup of coconut water, and it's like some days that's really sweet coconut water. It really fills you up. It really satisfies the heck out of you. Other days you have the cup of coconut water, but it's like super watery, and you just drink it, and you're like, where's the sugar? And there's no real sugar in there, and you like want some more, so you get another cup. Now you've just had 2 cups of coconut water. So you have you doubled your calories? You don't. I don't know. I don't know how you measure that. You probably need like a bricks meter, and it's a whole another ball game with that. So it's just so much easier to track calories on a cooked food diet, or at least with some cooked food in your diet, because the cooked food's reliably the same. It's gonna be the same across the board. A potato's a potato, a yam is a yam, a quinoa is quinoa. The calories are gonna be the same. So I like that factor because I like to track calories. And when I do track calories, I notice things. And this is where the 5th benefit comes in. When I was tracking my calories on a fruitarian diet, even though I didn't really know, I would like ballpark the amount of calories I was getting based on what I was eating, the volume and the poundage I was eating. Even though I didn't exactly know the exact amounts of calories I was getting on raw, I still could see the protein was extremely low. Like I was getting maybe like 30, 40, max 50, 60 grams a day on raw, but more likely like 30, 40 grams of protein per day. Whereas when I add some cooked food into my diet now, like yesterday I had like 130 grams of protein. Today, maybe like 100 grams of protein. It's just so much easier to get protein when I've added in some cooked foods. Foods that are extremely high in protein in my diet right now, I've got peas, I've got quinoa, I've got tempeh, I've got tofu. What else? Buckwheat, millet, amaranth, things like this. There are other sources of other foods that have higher protein in them as well, and you may say like, oh Ted, you can get high protein in greens. And it's true, you can, but it's like a ton of greens. Like I've made videos showing how you get 100 grams of protein on a raw vegan diet with like under 3,000 calories. Definitely possible, but it's like a lot of greens and a lot of volume in general, just in fruit as well. So with cooked, it's nice. You can have a small volume, so your stomach doesn't need to be that massive. Small volume and still get all your protein and all your calories in. So that's great. That is the 5th reason. The final reason, the most important reason, is the sense of freedom, of not feeling like I can only eat fruit. I can only eat fruit. If I walk into a store, I can only eat fruit. Everything else is like, no, can't do it. Just gotta eat fruit. If I'm at a restaurant, which is rare. If I travel, which is rare. If I go to family events, which is rare. If I do any of those things, I want to have the ability to eat what I want. as long as it's vegan, of course, because I don't want to eat animal products. But I want to be able to have the ability to just say, oh, that's just some plants. They just happen to be cooked. I'll eat them. And I eat them. I hopefully feel good. Hopefully they taste good. But I love having the ability to pick and choose whatever I want, so long as it's vegan. Not having that ability in the past, it was good for a while, being very disciplined, being very strict with my choices. But now being a bit broader, it feels cool to know that I can have different flavors going on that I've never particularly had before. And that's a bonus reason right here, is just like cooked vegan food. It's yummy. It tastes good. It's very enjoyable. And to say, no, I'm not going to have any of that anymore, I'd be like cutting myself off from experiencing part of life, which is like new flavors. So yes, again, I do prefer eating a delicious fruit meal over a cooked meal, but I don't want to also give up my ability to taste some cooked foods and to enjoy some cooked food. So those are my 6 reasons. I hope you got something from this video. If you're curious if you're curious to know how I make a full-time income online with YouTube videos like this and my Instagram account, I will post a link for a free training below showing you how to get started with your own career in the vegan niche with online courses and coaching programs and ebooks. So check that out by link in the description if you're interested in becoming an online course creator or a coach or someone who sells ebooks in the vegan niche. I'll walk you through exactly how to do it so that you can get started creating a full-time income for yourself, making videos just like this one, or making Instagram posts just like you're already making. So that's it for now. Peace out. Ciao for now. Much love.